Let's go Bucs. Bucs Abroad, episode 3. Coming off a 7-game road trip, 3 at Milwaukee, 4 at the Cubs. 1 and 2 to start the series. Tough. I made an emergency Buccos Abroad. I thought the season was over. Martin Perez got shelled. It was a tough look after those first 3 games.
Tough look. Started out promising game 1. Seems to have happened to the Pirates this season. But no offense produced for Quinn Priester. And he got sent down, and it's a shame. I think he's been pitching well. He's 0-4. 0-4, it's hard to argue that. But the Pirates, in his starts, the Pirates have not recorded over 5 runs once. His first start, they recorded 4 runs. Then they played Los Angeles. They gave him 2, 3, and 3. There's just nothing you can do. You lose 4-3. I thought he pitched pretty well. And then there's just no excuse for – there's no excuse for 10-2. No excuse in Major League Baseball. Not going to cut it.
Quinn Priester, I was the father, the priest. He preached this year. Tough to see him go, but I think he'll be back up. I think he'll bounce around well. He's a good piece. He's a good. If we ever need to do that 6-man rotation, or if we ever need to spot him in there, he's a confident. I have confidence when he's up to pitch. But the season was over. The season was over after 10-2. But then our messiahs, Jared Keith Jones, comes into Chicago and just lays his mother dick on him. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned, 7 Ks. Don't correct me, but I'm pretty sure he's had 7 Ks or more in every single one of his starts. The kid is awesome.
It's crazy to think about how good Jared Jones has been and where he's come from. He got drafted by the Pirates. He's been up just this year, kind of out of nowhere. And he would be the big news story if it wasn't for Paul Skeens. He still is a pretty big news story, but with these guys, and we'll get into more of the weeds here after we cover this, but these 2 pitchers are just, they're lights out. I mean, I don't know, Jared Jones throws some electric stuff. And then when we move into this game 2, Paul Skeens makes Jared Jones look like he plays in a different league. And they're both ridiculously good. So good outing by Jones. Bats also showed up for Jones as well. 7 hits. Also gave up 7 hits. But, the Pirates are scoring runs. Nick Gonzalez, huge series for him. Huge series. Good to see him up here continuing raking at the plate like he has been in AAA.
You brought up Gonzo, and I just want to hit this on the head before we get too deep into the weeds with that outing on Friday. Gonzo, this 7-game road trip, 8 for 27 or 296 batting average and 6 RBIs. 2 home runs in that span too. He's producing. He's getting barrels on the ball. He's hot. He came up, he was hitting great in AAA, and he did that last year, came up, wasn't producing. This year's a different story. He's the everyday second baseman, and his bat is clutch.
He will not be denied. Going to be hard for Shelton to take him out of the lineup. God, he wants to.
Shelton is an idiot, though, so don't put it past him. But Friday. I was maniacally laughing, sitting on my couch watching the game for the first 7 batters when he sit them all down. That was a masterclass of a performance. And he even got about maybe 10 to 20 strikes taken away from him from the umpire.
Blue was giving him no favors. But unbelievable outing by Skeens. That's what we came to expect. I didn't think he'd be able to produce like that in the major leagues, especially if you think about the Cubs lineup. They got Cody Bellinger in that lineup. Ian Happ. Cubs are no
Ian Happ, Pirate killer. Ian Happ's streak of 64 straight games of getting on base against the Pirates ended today, Sunday. That's a huge that's a turn in the right direction right there. Ian Happ, sucks. He's a very average player, but he is a Hall of Famer against the Pirates. Glad that streak came to an end.
I don't want to correct you, but I'm pretty sure he's been an all-star a few times.
Well, whatever.
But anyway, Skeens was just all he was billed to be. After the game, very terrible interview. Don't give the guy the microphone. Do not give him the microphone. Terrible. Jared Jones right there picked him back up. His buddy, that duo. And we haven't even gotten into Mitch Keller, who pitched today. Another great outing, but moving right along here. The third game in the series, 1-0.
Hold on. I need to talk about Skeens a little bit more because he should have been perfect. Blue screwed him on that ball or on that walk. Screwed him on that walk because I guarantee it don't matter. If he has a perfect game, he's getting left out there to throw. His max probably would have been 120 pitches, but he was getting left out there if he had a perfect game. No hitter. His pitch count was high. He needed to sit. And I just want to say, I know a shit ton of people out there wanted to take Dylan Cruz number 1 overall.
Oh, where is he? He's hanging out. He's hanging out down by me in Fredericksburg.
He's in Double-A.
Yeah. Paul Skeens, like I said, just all billed to be 6 innings of just unbelievable baseball. Something I've never seen produced in a Pirates uniform. And
wow, it was insane. But
my favorite part of his outing, his last pitch number 100, strikeout, high cheese, 100 miles an hour.
Listen, how about this? I never thought I'd ever see the day where Joe Block outcalled Greg Brown, but Joe Block's call on the radio of Paul Skeens' 100th pitch, 100 miles an hour was unreal. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. But let's get into game 3. Bailey Falter. We have probably the best 4-man rotation in the league. That may be biased, but I don't care. Bailey Falter, 7.2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned, only 2 strikeouts. He's not a strikeout guy. He's a contact guy. 7.2 innings pitched, 3 hits. That guy is on one. And to go from Jared Jones, Paul Skeens, who are throwing 99, 100, to go to Bailey Falter throwing 92 and a lefty, I'll give that to Shelton. That's pretty smart right there. I'll give that to him. But the ending of that game, Jerry Meals 2.0.
Felony. You can see on the replay the toe movement.
Toe movement like and the ankle. You could see his pants moving before he hits the bag.
It was bad all around. Now I will say afternoon baseball game on Saturday. For those that watch this game, the diehards like us, Bailey Falter has really just shoved it in my face all year long. I talked about him like he would. If you would have asked me in April if he would have still been on this roster right now, I would have said no chance in hell. And now he's been very solid for the Pirates. First time seeing, I'm going to butcher his name.
Shota Imanaga.
Electric stuff from that guy too.
Listen, I'll say this. I got one thing to hate on about him is the guy is 30 years old, going to turn 31 in September, and he's a rookie considered.
Well,
I think that's bullshit. I think if you're over the age of 25, I don't care. You shouldn't be classified as a rookie. But
had one of the best press conferences ever when he signed with the Cubs. Please tell me you've seen that.
It pains me, but that he's a Cub because I hate the Cubs. But he got electric stuff.
That was a defensive battle, and once again, the Blues step in and ruin it for everybody. Unbelievable call at the plate. It's hard to even talk about. You know, Pirates should have wrapped this series up 4-0. Falter gave him a great chance to win.
I don't understand how Shelton isn't like getting a felony against the umpire for not having that call.
He's not that type of manager. But it was just a terrible way for that game to end. It was a great game to watch. I'm a big defensive baseball guy. I don't like seeing a million runs scored. I like seeing the strategy of the bullpen and substitutions and pinch runners and pinch hitters. But I'm not going to get any of that old timey baseball garbage on you guys. But it was just a disappointing game to lose. Disappointing game to lose. Thought the Pirates.
We turn it around on Sunday, though. We turn it around on Sunday. Mitch Keller on this road trip, he pitched 12 innings pitched. He had 10 hits, 2 total earned, and 10 Ks. Mitch Keller, he's exactly what we paid for. He's the perfect guy to have on the roster. He's going to go out there. He's going to put up 6 good innings of baseball pitched, and we're going to have a chance to win. Came out there again, and, we had some chances to have some insurance runs, but we blew them. But we came through. Bednar, to me, this was his last chance. If he blew this game, I was completely done with him. But he came through. He got the save. We got it done. Won 3-1 in the series. I think we're 3 games under 500. So we're fighting. We're fighting.
The tough part with the Pirates, for whatever reason, it feels like every loss is huge and every win is minor. I don't know why it feels that way to me, but this was a good team win here. Mitch Keller got in a little bit of trouble that he got himself out. I think that was the deciding factor. I think it was the 5th inning maybe. Gave up 1 run, had a man on third, man on second, went 2 strikeouts back to back. Good to see that out of him. He's really come along this year. And that's why it's just so exciting to think about Skeens and Jones and Keller, because every 3 days you got a hell of a chance to win. Just got to get these bats going. McCutchen 2 for 4 today. That was good. Triolo still hitting real well. Great utility guy to have around. Turning into one of my favorite Pirates. And I don't know why. I was watching the game today. I was used to seeing Henry Davis being trotted out there. I mean, obviously he's in AAA now, and he's doing terrible down there as well.
Well, he actually, over the last 3 or 4 games, he's had 3 or 4 home runs. So he's slowly starting to pick it back up, which we do need that.
I like Yasmani Grandal.
Me too.
I think he's just fine.
His defense is kind of suspect.
Yeah, a little bit, but he produces on offense. He had 1 hit today, but when he doesn't strike out much, and when he hits the ball, he's just hitting it into a nice play. I don't know. I think he's been good. I think he's helped out the pitching staff with that experience. That was a great.
He's had more big hits, in 7-8 games than Henry Davis had all year.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
I don't even blame Henry Davis for his his lack of whatever he has. I mean, I think I'm just out on Henry Davis, and to be honest with you, I think the Pirates are out on Henry Davis too. And
could be the case.
He's had enough opportunity up here. He's had enough opportunity.
There are 2 guys that I'm most definitely out on. We'll start with one, Jack Suckinski.
Home run today, though.
Jack Suckinski. Okay, let me just tell you this. Over the 7-game road trip, he went 3 for 20. 3 hits, 3 for 20. 2 of those hits were home runs. I'm over Jack Suckinski. He had too many games where he went – the one game he went 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts, and then started the next game.
Unbelievable.
Are we serious?
How about them putting McCutchen in right field today?
That was a little crazy. But I think the Jack Suckinski experience needs to end. G1 Bay needs to be called up tonight.
Yeah, I hear you. I think this is a classic case of Derek Shelton. Suwinski must just know something about Derek Shelton that he cannot have come out, because it makes no sense to keep trotting him out there. Him and Fatso Tellez. I brought up Nick Gonzalez earlier in this show, hitting the laces out of the ball. He has more RBIs in the games that he's been up. Short time. I'm not quite sure how many games he's been up. Maybe 5 or 6. Did he start in the Brewers series?
He started with Skeens.
Okay, started with Skeens. So he's been up for probably 7, 8, 9 games. Has more RBIs already than Fatso Tellez, who's been up here all season. and just a horrible strikeout in his last AB again. I mean, I don't know what is going on with him, but it is just, it's terrible. It's terrible. There's anyone else.
Fatso
Anyone else.
Tellez, he had a 2-hit game in the Skeens game, but other than that, he went 0 for 12.
Terrible.
He needs to be DFA'd yesterday. I hope to God that was his last game as a Pittsburgh Pirate. I read the report that it said if he keeps struggling by the end of May, the Pirates will move on. I don't know if we can wait 12 more days. I know I can't. I'm going to go crazy if I see him trotting out there at first base.
I know. And it's bad because I don't know why, but I'm just so focused on him. When he comes up to the plate, I want him to strike out. I don't even want him
Me
to
too.
hit.
I want him to suck.
And they talk about on the broadcast like, oh, he's struggling. He was never doing well. What do you mean? If you're saying, oh, McCutcheon's struggling. Like,
one significant hit, and that was a 3-run home run at Miami, game 3.
Yep. I just, man, does he drive me crazy. Like, example of struggling. Aroldis Chapman. Pitched a great 8th inning today, 2 strikeouts, sent him down. Nobody stood a chance on him. He struggled last month for 3-4 games, but he brought it back. Fatso Tellez cannot bring anything back. There's nothing to go back to. He's terrible.
No.
He's just a terrible baseball player.
There's what, maybe going back to like 2022 when he had like 30 home runs or something like that.
He was okay on the Brewers last year, but it's not like I'm watching Brewers baseball every day, you know?
No. But you know, we came away winning 4 games, taking 3 from the Cubs, which was huge. Wish we would have caught that one against the Brewers, but you know, we'll take not going under 500 in the road trip. We go back home to PNC. We got 3 against the Giants. Giants are 23-25, about the same middle of the road as us. And then we got 3 against the Atlanta Braves.
It's Skeens time at 12:35 against the Braves on Thursday.
Is he pitch on that's against the Giants?
Oh, my fault.
I'd
like to see him against the Braves lineup.
Here's what we got pitching. We got Martin Perez pitching on Tuesday. We got Perez, Jones, Skeens for the Giants series, and then we go Falter, Keller, Martin Perez for the Braves.
One note on Falter and Perez, I think they both have just been inning eaters, and they've both been doing okay. I agree. Martin Perez, like his record doesn't reflect it, but he hasn't gotten shelled at all year. So I just think that the bats got to just keep coming around, and those guys will be just fine. They're going to give you 5-6 solid innings.
You know, the only thing I'm a little bit worrisome about that Atlanta Braves series is that Falter and Perez are kind of the same pitcher. They're both lefties. They pitch that like middle, like low 90s range. So if the Braves didn't catch on to Falter, more likely than not, they'll catch on to Perez. Or if they caught on to Falter, maybe they catch on to Perez too. But, you know, we got our big 3 coming against the Giants. Perez gets a start. I think he's due. He's going to have a great start after laying off that big spot. And then we go the bang, bang, Jones, Keller, Wednesday, Thursday. I can't wait for it. It's appointment baseball Thursday at 12:35. I may just take a 4-hour lunch.
MLB Network game too. MLB Network game.
Oh, yeah?
These are important games, especially against the Giants. I'd love to go 3-0 because if you look at the Pirates' schedule after that, you got Atlanta coming to town, Detroit. Forget about Detroit. What a dump city. But then you're going to Toronto, you're going to LA, you're playing Minnesota. Then you go to St. Louis. So that getting these, I'd be great to just get 3 wins in a row here for San Francisco. Just get within striking distance. Distance. You cannot keep losing stupid games.
And we're about almost 50 games into the year. Way too early to look at this, but we're only a game and a half back of the wild card.
That's right.
So, Bucs abroad ship is rolling. Take it easy. Let's go Bucs. Let's win. Let's sweep the Giants and take some from the Braves. Take it easy.